Hey.
Hey, welcome to the studio. I'm Monique Bradley. Awkward silence.
She is indeed. And I am Pete Ward.
Welcome, welcome. We are absolutely insane about live streaming. Did you notice how I qualified that tonight? And we love what we do. We are presenters, hosts, directors, producers for YourFixTV. So we don't just work and put ourselves on screen. We actually help a whole bunch of other businesses that you may not even realize get the message out onto the social channels, help them get greater brand reach, and hopefully be seen, be heard, and remembered. That's the philosophy behind YourFixTV. Whether it's a charity organization, whether it's a good cause, or whether it's a business just really wanting to kick ass, get more media, get more exposure and brand awareness, and send down the sales funnel to get conversions. That's what we're all about.
Totes.
Pete, I know you're doing some technical stuff right now.
I am.
Now, just to let you know, we are completely live right now. We're going to be live for about the next 30 minutes. And Tonight we're focusing on what we call an AMA. AMA means ask me anything.
Me?
Within reason. Within reason.
Me?
Yeah, ask Pete anything. It should be APA. Ask Pete anything.
No, ask
within
me,
reason.
not you.
And
okay, no, the thing is,
it's really to do with your media and your marketing.
Yes, the thing is, what's one thing? Now, last week we talked about the 8 strategies, and if I was onto it, I would have a bit of paper here with the 8 strategies written down.
I got them. I've got them.
Monique's got them all sorted on the slides. Now, we talked about these 8 strategies. The thing is, if you've only got limited time, and look, time is money.
Time is money, Pete.
You've got limited time. You've got to take one thing from each of our strategies and do it this coming week to change your media, to start getting sales, to get your message out there. What would that one thing be? You can ask us that one question. We'll give you one tip from each of the strategies, okay?
Excellent.
So get in quick, because if you miss out on your tip, if you wanted to ask the same thing about the same thing, strategy, but a different question, and you might miss out. You might miss out. Get in.
So firstly, hello, Lynette. Good to see you on the stream.
Hello.
Lynette Hill is the co-host of our Monday night show called Health Bites. Lynette is a
legend,
registered professional naturopath. I can't even remember the technical term, but I think it's the technical term. And she is truly amazing. Now, Health Bites, the Monday night show, has been killing it in the media. Her first live stream show resulted in 12 new clients signed up to her business.
It did. It looks Raja
cheating.
Look at that. Did you should have seen all of the thumbs?
Raja, welcome to the show.
Nice to see you. Yes,
nice to have you here.
Yes, back to Lynette. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, so social broadcasting has worked really well for Lynette. So kia ora and welcome to the show, Lynette. Hello to Raja watching over in Kashmir in India.
Yep.
So tonight we're going to recap on the 8 digital strategies or social strategies that we've put together that we've seen leave a gaping hole in your business. So Raja, this is going to be great for you, especially if you're wanting to do more with your company, with all the bathroom fittings and trying to get those into the international market. Lynette got some tips to share with you tonight. And remember, as we're talking about these things, if you've got any questions at all, send them in the newsfeed, because we've got the news feeds open here. We can see you watching. I'm not even kidding. We can see you watching on the stream. So send your questions in if there's anything that resonated with you, or if you're stuck, ask the questions. Now, as Pete said, it's about your time. It's not just about spending heaps of money on getting a digital plan together or getting somebody to create a nice video for you. It's also about your time. It's about time versus money. And my philosophy is that, and I've said this a million times to people, if you've got enough time to poo, you've got enough time to do a social media post to promote your business.
Because while you're there, what she's really saying is, while you're there, you could be type on your little mobile phone.
Not even thing.
And click update and you are done. That is what's so
true. So we're going to have a quick recap of what the 8 social strategies are. And chances are, if you're missing any of this from your business will be a bit wibbly wobbly and will fall over, or you won't be getting the desired results you want, which might be new subscribers to your program if you're live streaming. It might be new people on your mailing list, or it might even be more traffic to your website and even more conversions and sales on your website. All of these fundamental points need to be in place for you to dominate the market and really get the business and the life you want. This is life-changing stuff tonight, Pete Ward.
It is indeed.
All right, so should we have a look at the strategies?
So one of the things, yes, we shall. One of the things that's going on, of course, in the background is that when you're live streaming, your provider splits off the video and the audio, sends it into the computer, does all the stuff with it, sends it out the other end, sends it off to everyone, and basically sometimes what happens is there is a delay on one or the other. So what you do have to do is learn how to sync the sound up with the correct bit of video, which is what I've been fiddling doing, and I think it's reasonably close there now. We're talking milliseconds, but it's and to make it look really weird.
That's really good, Pete.
Yes, it is.
It's a talent. You should go into New Zealand's Got Talent with that.
I should.
Anyway,
so I have got...
Let's recap.
Let's do these slides. Oh, one more click and then we'll do the slides.
So last week we touched on the 8 strategies you need to be successful. Now, we're not talking about having a multi-million-dollar idea. That will help. That will help you be successful. Or knowing key influencers, and maybe if you have, say, a corset that you send to Kylie Jenner, you're going to get some good media from that and probably be a successful sellout. This is, in a nice possible way, this is the 8 strategies you need to be successful with your media and your marketing. And remember too, we're coming from the perspective of live streaming, because digital marketing and particularly social broadcasting and live streaming is our area of expertise. So, first of all, do you have a content strategy in place? Pete, what does that even mean?
Content strategy is all about what you're actually delivering, and you must have it 100% locked down, because otherwise you'll stand up in front of a camera and you'll just go, I thought I knew what I was talking about and I just realised I don't.
Or you'll go to the toilet to do your social media posting like I do, and you'll end up just sharing a whole bunch of stuff which is irrelevant. Remember, this is all about how do we get dollars through the door from having good content out there. Next up, we've got a sales funnel strategy. What does that even mean, Pete?
It means if you're wanting to attract people to your mailing list or to get likes on your Facebook page, you've got to have a way of attracting them and then converting them. So that's, you've got to understand what's going on with getting people attracted to your brand and then interested in your brand and then doing something about it by clicking a link or something like that. But if you don't have those strategies, you are just sticking anything up there, or maybe you're bashing them just a little bit too much. Buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff.
Yeah, that's not cool.
So you've got to have a strategy.
That's so true. And a sales funnel strategy is a bit like a dance with a lover. We'll go into more details. You also need a digital promotion strategy, and that's all about, so you've got a great live stream, or you've got a great piece of content, or you've got a special offer happening on a product. How do you use digital promotion to tell everybody about it? Do you have a strategy in place in a campaign? Do you pay for advertising? Not sure. Oh, hello, Sarah Diamond Broderick. Great to see you. She said, I've got to go, but you both would be amazing mentors. Hey, look, tell you what, honey, we're starting up a mentoring program very shortly, so we'd love to work with you. Thanks, Sarah. Nice to see you on the stream.
See ya.
Next up, Pete, we've got a branding strategy, and you get asked about this all the time, don't you?
Branding. I do. What happens is everyone thinks that a logo is a brand, but it's so much more than that.
No, that's almost like saying an engagement ring is enough. It's not enough.
Ooh,
not until you seal the deal, Pete.
Did you go there?
That was weird. Where did that come from?
Wow.
I'm not sure.
As a good example, Coke. All right? So we can all see Coke in our brains right now, the logo, but that's not enough, because what does it mean? What does the brand stand for? That's what we're talking about there.
That's so true. The brand story is so important too.
Absolutely. Yep.
Our next strategy that you need in your business is the marketplace strategy. What does that even mean? Well, the marketplace is obviously not just where you sell your products, but it's understanding your unique position in the market and who your key competitors are. While I don't really like to stalk them, I secretly do. I want to know what everybody else is doing and to see if my price is competitive. Does your business do that? And how are you being different from the rest?
That's right, because we all want sales. If you're not making sales, you're not in a business.
That's so true. Pete, customer strategy.
Customer strategy. This is about knowing who you're actually selling to. Some of the stuff we talked about is about what you're selling, but this is who. So you've got to know, because often people come to us and they go, look, we say, right, who's your ideal client? And they say, everyone. No, it's not.
It is not.
No, it's not.
You're lying.
You've got to define it down. You've got to be honest about who you don't serve and what your product doesn't serve. I mean, if you're selling baby merino clothing,
yes,
you've got to know who it is you're selling to.
Yeah.
And you know, funny enough, sometimes you're selling to the fathers because they are going, I want my child.
They want their princess wrapped up in merino.
Perfectly, right? So you've got to have a strategy for every single customer. That's what we're saying.
A good point. The next one is the brand positioning strategy. Now, I know some of you are probably ready to glaze over, but knowing what your brand stands for, its unique position in the market, the full brand story, your point of difference. And look, there's so much more to it. Where are you positioned globally? There's so much to think about with a brand positioning strategy, and often it's one that's really, really lost.
That is also all about, you're right, Monica, it is lost. That one is about when your accountant says, let's talk about the intangible asset of your brand worth.
Oh my gosh.
How much is your brand worth? Can you sell your brand? Can you package it up essentially and sell it on to somebody? Because if you can, then you've got an excellent positioning strategy, because you're saying my brand is worth something. So how much would it be worth to buy the Farmers brand?
Millions.
See what I mean?
Or Coca-Cola.
Yep, or Coca-Cola. I used that
Nike.
one. That's why I went for a different one.
Yeah.
I was picking one, a New Zealand icon brand that we all understand. Farmers, all right? Their position in the market. They know exactly who they are. Now, Stevens, funny enough, Stevens are owned by the same people as Whitcoulls. Right?
Interesting.
And so they always put a Stevens store right next to a Farmer's store. Have you ever noticed that? Or very in the same mall.
That's incredible.
Right?
Hey,
So,
good to
you know,
know.
it's all sorts of things like that.
And that's your physical brand position as well.
Yes.
All right, we've also got an infrastructure strategy. Now, this is a really important one. I think this is the last of the strategies. Do you have all the technical capabilities of your website? Do you need, for example, if you're selling product, do you need your own website with an e-commerce store, maybe Shopify or WooCommerce loaded into your site? Or are you going to be better actually selling through Amazon? A very good question. Does your social media platforms all work or do they all work together? Have you got an automation plan for your social media? Are you blogging? And if so, what software are you using, or what program are you using for your blog? Oh, honestly, there's so much to think about. And tonight's show is really about you getting to ask those questions. Even if you're wanting to live stream your own show, do you have the technical capability to be able to do it? So I think, Pete,
Very good
do you want to bring
point,
us back
actually.
to the studio now? Because I think that's the last of those strategies.
Yes, that infrastructure strategy is very, very interesting because sometimes you actually don't need a whole website. Someone said, oh, I need a website, it's going to be $15,000.
Not true.
You might actually need a single landing page with contact details and a video in it that introduces who you are.
And of course, sign up to my mailing list box.
Of course, sign up to your mailing
Yeah.
list box. And when you say, I don't have a mailing list box, I reach through the camera and
and grab your shoulders and shake you.
I don't punch you because that's naughty.
No, we do not punch.
I don't even threaten to punch you. You notice I did not. But yeah,
That's
there's
good.
all sorts of things. So hello to Kara.
Oh, hello to you.
Watching. And so we are going through the 8 strategies that we've basically worked out that you need when you're doing digital for your company or your business or you're self-employed or your, anything you're doing. Even corporates need it, okay, but they normally have big teams doing lots of different things.
So true.
We've worked out these 8 strategies because they're extremely important. If you're missing 2 or 3 of them, what happens if you're missing a content strategy, you're pushing a whole lot of posts out there, but you've got no actual content of your own. Or if you're missing a promotion, social promotion strategy, what you got some cool stuff you're doing, but you're just not telling anyone about it.
Actually, that's a really good point. Often we've had, over the last 5 years of working in the digital realm, we'll have clients who have come to us saying, I know I need to get a website. Great. What do you want that website to do? radio silence. So they're not sure if they want to sell something, if they want to sell their knowledge and expertise, a physical product, if it's just going to be a placeholder that has their contact details, if it's going to be a blog site where they get to share their information. And then once they've got that website out there, we hear, I'm not getting any traffic to my website. Well, my question to you would be, what are you doing to send people to that website? So just having a website isn't the only answer. It's, yes, sure, you'll be able to be found in the great big universe of Google, but unless you've got fresh content going up there all the time to help with your Google rankings, because Google loves fresh content, and unless you're actually sending people there either through talking to people at an event or joining a networking group or using social media platforms to shout at people and tell them, this is my website and it's amazing, you need to go and see it, chances are you're going to get lost. There's how many trillions of websites out there?
Yep.
And unless you're directing traffic that way, which is actually part of one of the strategies, that would be the digital promotion strategy.
It would indeed. Now, like the other day, I worked out I have been building websites for 20 years now.
Yeah.
I started building it in HTML back in the day and PHP and doing SQL queries and things like that. So I don't do that anymore. I've probably forgotten most of it. But seriously, if you are interested in finding out all about these 8 strategies, of course, we are launching our new course coming up very, very soon. So look out for that.
Yeah, so Sarah Diamond Broderick asked about that.
That's right. So there will be all sorts of videos on there of us talking through all of this thing, all of this stuff, workbooks and exciting homework for you to do.
Yeah,
we all love homework.
Yes. You go, yes.
Homework. And of course, we will be doing one-on-ones and we will be doing mentoring.
That's so exciting. Now, Mary Haddock Sanderland just said, kia ora, good evening, you two. Kia ora kia koe, kei te pihea koe tēnei rā. Ka pai. Hope you're great. And Lynette Hill actually said, good point. Look, you know, at the end of the day, we really want to do these shows because we know a lot of you, because we get a lot of emails and messages, a lot of you are having trouble. So you might have one area of your content marketing or your digital marketing strategy kicking ass. It's great. Good on you. That is fantastic. But there's actually 8 key strategies you need to really take it to the next level. You know, we know coming to this new studio, we were ready to level up. Yes, it's an investment, but it was part of our strategy, our own strategy moving forward. And for me, a strategy is like a game plan. How are you going to grow? If you don't have tangible markers out there to try and achieve or goals, how do you know when you've reached that level of success you want to achieve? So strategies are really taking those goals and those markers of success into account and then creating the steps to get you there. And when you have those steps written down, it's a no-brainer, right?
Absolutely.
And it happens.
Yep.
So your desired outcome just happens.
Yep. Once you've got strategy, that's one of the things that we realised over the last few years especially, is that what happens is people would come to us and go, look, I've got this and 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 this. And we're like, there's no strategy going on here whatsoever. So strategy is the high level plan that says, okay, this is where you need to go. How you need to get there is very tactical.
Yeah.
But unless you have the strategies, unless you keep coming back to your strategies, once you have them, every time you get flustered, you can just go back and look them up again and go, that's right. I know what I'm trying to achieve. I'm trying to achieve a membership site that is, has 100 members joining up every week, and I've got a mailing list that's growing by 1,000. You can get right in there and you can just calm yourself down, and then you can just focus back on what it takes to actually get that strategy carried out.
Yeah.
Now
and it's about responding instead of reacting as well. Yes. So often when we have crap hurled at us through different experiences in our life, we often have to click into kind of, what do we call it, recovery mode by reacting. But being able to have a tangible strategy in place, whether, whatever your strategy is, you've got that backup plan to support you. It's like having a good pair of undies. It changes your shape, makes you feel more fabulous. Well, this will make your results more fabulous. Now, Mary just said tangible markers. Love it. I know, right? They're physical things that you want to achieve. And I was talking about this in my show today. Often we set goals like, by this date I'm going to pay off my mortgage, or by this date date, the kids will have done this amount of lessons, so I know they're going to be in the concert by this date, which are fantastic markers. But sometimes we forget to do that, especially when we own our own businesses. We forget to set goals for ourselves with our media. We just share content everywhere with wild abandon. Well, what about having some strategic goals in mind so that you can achieve the outcomes you truly want? That's what it's all about. I think there's somebody at the door.
Oh.
Now,
okay, well, you go get the door.
Shall I get the door?
I'll carry on.
Did you see Raja? Hello, Julia Costa. Julia Costa.
Now, Raja,
yes.
You've just mentioned there what kind of website I would need as my needs are information. So now we get to the AMA, which is Ask Us Anything. So this is your chance to ask us about these strategies. You'll need information of products, price lists, and also feedback. Now, that's really, really good. So at least you know exactly what you need before you start. Of course, I can give you a website that will not give per se, but I can quote you on a website that can actually deliver all of those things, because what you find is those are the common denominator, and really the thing that sets you apart is what sets you apart. So who are you? What do you offer, and why are you different from somebody else? What's your product? So yeah, look.
And that comes down to a strategy around your brand story and your brand position. Often the defining point between someone making a buying decision or saying no is based around your unique point of difference and understanding your customer and their needs. So the customer might be looking for a difference according to price. It might be a difference according to ethics. So maybe a fair trade product, for example, will make all the difference in a buying decision. And for other people, it can be something really simple, like the fact that it's a great story about a family business, and people draw a heart connection to that business and love that brand story. And that's what seals the deal. So having a really good brand positioning strategy around that and the story that goes out about the brand, that can be a defining point.
Absolutely. Now, just back to Raja.
Yes.
Just saying, there's another option. Of course, you can look for a website offshore that actually basically complements what you do, in the sense that you could leverage off them if they're already existing, and your product can fit into their website as one of their brands.
That's true.
That is an option too. Now, we've got, of course, guidetobettershopping.com. Have a look at that if you'd like, guidetobettershopping.com. It'll redirect you to guidetobettershopping.yourfix.tv. It's just a little bit longer to say. In there, we're listing really excellent brands. They can be from New Zealand, they can be from overseas, as long as we can sort out the distribution chain. Have a look at that and see whether that meets your needs, whether you think, I could list that. We do extra little videos for people. We promote you. So you don't have to do it all yourself. This is what I'm saying. Especially if you're a startup, you can leverage off somebody else that's already in the marketplace selling things, and it might work for you. So just let us know, PM us if you think that's a good idea. That's all.
We love working with everyone.
That's cool.
Now, I just do want to shout out to Pauline Stockhausen, who is amazing, does amazing work in the digital field as well.
Hey.
Kia ora to you, and video and stuff. It's great to have you on the stream. Feel free to share any of your thoughts during tonight's show. We're talking about digital strategies that can help you. It's a follow-on from last week's show, just about how to get your brand out there in a cost-effective way, particularly great for startups and SMEs. Now, hello, Bobby Joe White, by the way. Great to have you on tonight's show. Looking forward to seeing you next week. Now, Mary had External just said she's got a question.
Yes,
and this
because this is
and
an
she
AMA.
Said it is. This is a little bit off our topic tonight.
Ask us anything.
Anything, that's right. It's a bit off topic tonight.
Doesn't matter.
But it is a very controversial topic, and I really want to address it because it's been in the media so much. She said, what is your professional opinion on the production of Miss Universe New Zealand on Saturday night? I know and love Nigel Godfrey, we all do, but the poor publicity, as if there is such a thing, the event has received. I'm keen to know both of your thoughts.
Well, we were there, and I was in the audience, and my opinion is I thought it was even better than last year.
It was great.
And I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I understand that it was a TV show being filmed in front of a live audience.
That's a hard thing to do.
So live is crazy, and all sorts of things go live. This morning I had some issues on a live that I did.
I swore by accident.
By accident. things happen. Okay, live is very, very... So we're sitting here, so we've got a single camera on a tripod at the moment, but often some of the things I do with Ray, I'm moving around, I'm coming around to the stove. You could look at it and go, that's just crap. What a useless cameraman. Yes, you're right. I was a useless cameraman. So production, I don't believe for an instant that the production that they're talking about is the technical production. What I believe they're saying is they're so used to a multi-million-dollar X Factor show with 200 cameras zooming in and
fireworks and confetti cannons. Well, they had one.
Cameras right on Simon's face or whoever's face it is, with dramas going on and backstage things, and then they suddenly take an OB truck and turn up at the people's
house,
school and house.
With the backstory.
There's a big 200 things, and it's all fully edited. It is not live. It is not live, and so going live takes of those things.
I want to say it takes a lot of courage.
Yeah.
As you know, Mary, you do lives all the time.
That was the word
Pauline
I was going to use.
Stockhausen just said, love your lives.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pauline.
Thank you. Yeah. So that's my opinion. I've done mine. You go yours.
My thoughts are, loved the show, loved the production. Having a look on it online, look, I think they did a great job. What I think this is newsjacking. So let's be honest, every news platform wants as much coverage and as much hype as possible. Why? Because more eyes on their platform means they sell more advertising. Every time a news platform refreshes, so does the advertising. And every time the advertising ticks over, they earn more money. So if these news platforms create media which is controversial or derogatory or puts down other people, what are they going to do? They're going to get all the trolls and all the haters coming out.
Comments.
And the people that we call keyboard warriors coming out with their opinions. And the more opinions you see, the more people get into arguments. And the more arguments you see, the more money these news platforms make. So what I saw was an opportunity for news media to make more money.
Yeah.
That's what I saw.
Unfortunately, I agree.
Because having been there, it was great. And I'm so immensely proud of those young women who have worked their butts off. And you know what it's like, Mary, you know this industry. They've worked their butts off to raise money for charity. Out of all those blunders, how often did those news articles talk about the $75,000 that event raised for Variety, the children's charity?
And from my, just chiming back in from my point of view, seeing the confidence of girls growing as they achieve something in life, and they're putting themselves out there. They're going on camera. They're up on stage. That's a really big deal. It's. I mean, the people who are sitting there criticizing are not on camera.
They are not.
We are. You are. That's why I say we are.
Yeah.
We're all on camera. We understand what it means. It's a really big deal. So to see the confidence of those girls rise, and let's remember, they're amateurs. They are not professional catwalk models. No. They're not. They're just your hometown girl trying to get out there and give it their best.
And what I loved too was it was an opportunity for each of those girls to build their own platform. So right across the field of digital marketing, so they were all on Twitter, they were all on Instagram, they were all on Facebook, and they were out there supporting their sponsors, supporting their families, and acknowledging their families for the work that they've done to support them on their journey. So what I saw was a lot of really positive media. And then following that, I saw a lot of hate and racism and trolls and people that I have known and respected that I have now unfriended because they have run down these girls, calling them bimbos with no brains. You had doctors and lawyers in that pageant. You had highly intelligent women who, like I say, worked their butts off for charity. I mean, so did Diana Spencer, who was lauded as one of the most beautiful women in the world. Her image was everywhere, and she used that image to help raise money for charity and spread a message of compassion. How is that different from a pageant? That's my answer. I need to be on the stage, I think.
You do.
Or what did Mary say? I've been used and abused by media outlets, you understand. Many times over the years, so I understand that. How sad most of those media outlets chose to concentrate on the negatives, the eggs. Totally. Because remember, it doesn't matter if it's negative or positive media. It is still publicity. My brother Butch, one of the first TV3 presenters, was the host of a TV program called Perfect Match with Tiffany Baragwanath. In the same year, he was voted the most loved and the most hated TV presenter. Go figure. So it's all media. This is great.
This is really cool. So sorry, for some reason I'm logged in on my phone. There is my remedy when I tried to reply.
Whoopsie.
I am not my remedy tonight. I am me. But yes.
Pauline Stockhausen
yes,
said newsjacking, clickbait kings.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yep.
And everybody fell for it.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, look at what happened. They've had over 300,000 views on this stream. That's a huge win because all of the haters went to watch the show.
Yep.
Now, for their sponsors, that was actually a really good thing.
Yeah.
They got extra advertising.
And of course, Raja cheating and said, of course, they were all good. Brooke was more happy when her opponent won. That needs a heart to do.
Yeah,
that's true. She was really happy. You see
she
that
was.
She wasn't pretending. She wasn't just going to go away and cry or anything. She
No.
actually was genuinely pleased that had happened. It was lovely. She is a lovely person.
And that's the thing with all those girls. They all love each other.
He cannot be happy like that. Yeah, it's really hard sometimes being, second place, but sometimes it's still better than third place. It's like, sometimes there's a reason for it, and I don't know the reason, and I'm not even looking for the reason. But yeah, she did really well.
Yeah.
And Dallas Tito said, "Hi, I'm first time listener.
Oh,
enjoying
hi,
your
Dallas.
understanding
Kia ora.
of business strategies and social media outlets." So yes, that is what we're talking about generally in terms tonight. Is all about social broadcasting and the 8 strategies that we believe that you need to take a digital and make digital work for you in your business.
So we've seen good examples of where digital, even negative press, has actually worked for the likes of Miss Universe this week. With the Miss Universe pageant, because of all the media that's happened, they've actually made it to international news.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's still a win, I see. And, what happens in social networks, we all chat about things, even if they've gone wrong. We chat, we share, and that takes a brand and a message further. So, look, I wish all of the competitors I send them a hearty congratulations for dealing with the trolls and all. They've been amazing. And when it comes to business, I mean, that's part of the strategy. One of the strategies we actually look at. We have had a client who's had some negative press. How do you deal with that?
Yep.
How do you deal with bullies and trolls? That's something we spoke about a couple of weeks ago with Lynette Hill from My Remedy.
We did indeed. Yes, we did. So, sometimes, and so we're not a PR company.
Nope.
But we do help people through crisis sometimes. And sometimes there's a media crisis or some type of digital crisis that's going on, and we can mentor them through that and help them. We just say everything's going to be right. We give you some other strategies to deal with that and how to respond, because there's sometimes we get caught up in the moment and we want to go
and tap.
And it's probably sometimes it is the best thing to do, but often it's just we can give you a separate pair of eyes to look at the situation from the outside.
Look at it objectively.
Yeah.
So if you have only just joined the stream, we're going to go really quickly through those.
Flick them through again.
Oh, Pauline Stockhausen said, "Love this. Have shared." Thank you, and thanks Rajan, who's also shared. Raja, we really appreciate that. At the end of the day, look, we love what we do, and we love giving away our knowledge and sharing that with you because we are here to help. Because the reason why we do this is we believe and know that streaming is a huge part of any social or digital promotional strategy. And we really want to help everyone raise that standard. So it's not just somebody sitting on their phone. That's okay if that's where you want to start. But we want everybody to feel confident and feel successful. I think we're socialists, Pete. I think that's what's going on.
Hey, what?
I think we're socialists.
Yes,
I think we are.
There's a little bit of spread it around. Everyone has a chicken in every pot. I think is what
I think
so. Yep.
Ooh.
So let's fire up that.
Lynette Hill just said, since we're talking about beautiful people, I have to say you guys are looking amazing tonight.
Oh.
Thanks, Lynette.
You.
I have to say Pete's done a lovely job of the lighting tonight, don't you think? It's really nice. I'm feeling pretty glam.
Pretty happy.
Even though I've got my old clothes on, but I do have my beautiful necklace from Fabulous Boo.
Pretty happy. And we've got, of course, our haircuts.
Thanks
are not fully sponsored, but they are courtesy of
Natasha from Frenchy & Co.
Frenchy & Co. up in Browns Bay. So if you ever need a decent choppy,
That sounds dodgy, Pete.
It is. Let's go.
Hey, anyway, quick recap of the 8 strategies that you need to be successful. And remember, our focus is really on digital and streaming as well. It's a big focus of what we do. First of all, have you got a content strategy, or are you just spraying and praying content everywhere? Pete?
Do you have a sales funnel strategy, which means what are you actually selling and how are you getting people down that sales funnel to buy it by attracting them at the top and then giving them good stuff to get them all the way down where they part with their money?
Yes, we like that. Do you have a digital promotion strategy? Yeah, it's cool to have great content out there or a lovely website, but how do people find out about it? That's where this strategy comes into play.
Branding strategy. This is where you sit down and sort out who you really are and what you're actually about. And more importantly, the why. Why are you in business? What are you actually wanting to do for the world in exchange for what you're doing? So your brand has to stand for something.
Yeah. Marketplace strategy. Do you know your market? Do you know where you're selling, how you're selling? Are you using your own e-commerce website? Are you using Amazon? Are you using Trade Me? And more importantly, what else is your competitors doing to get the advantage? Well, it's time to change that around so you're the one with the advantage.
Nice, nice. Customer strategy. Who are you selling to? It might sound like an obvious thing, but often we think we're selling to everybody, and we're not. We've got to get a different strategy sometimes for every single customer type that you're dealing with. Learn it. Do it.
It's a winner. Your brand positioning strategy. The story behind your brand is more important than you probably thought. So what does your brand represent? What's your unique value proposition? What's your global positioning statement like? Does that all sound like a whole lot of words, and are you glazing over? Yeah, well, you probably need to talk to us.
And how much is your brand worth?
Oh, that's a goodie.
Because if it has a value, then you've done your job right.
So true.
Infrastructure strategy. Okay, what's going on when somebody jumps on their phone, searches for you on Google, barely finds you, and then clicks to your website, and they all go, OMG.
Yeah.
That's part of it. What else have you got? Have you got LinkedIn? Have you got Facebook? Have you got a Facebook shop? Do you need a Facebook shop? Do you need WooCommerce? Do you need Shopify? Do you need, what do you need?
MailChimp. Do you need a YouTube channel? Do you use Vimeo instead?
All of the infrastructure issues that you can have, you need a strategy, because sometimes you actually don't need a whole website for $15,000 or even $5,000. All you needed was a single landing page with a video in it. So if you want videos, of course, Pauline does videos as well.
She certainly does. Hey, so now before we go, just need to let you know we do presenters boot camps. So if you want to get on here and feel confident and kick ass with your message, or even get some clarity around your message, hop into our studio. Come on in. We have coffee and wine. We'll make it a we'll try to make it a pain-free experience.
We've got tea as well.
We've got tea if you like that.
Look, water,
and
juice
cheese.
if you want it.
We've got cheese. And the cool thing about that is we often capture extra footage, which we use in our other shows, just saying. We also have other ways that we can work with you.
We can do a content structure. Well, you've seen the strategies. I mean, that's going to be the main one. We're going to work with you. But all of these things, you know, we do. The content structure is a big one. It's like, okay, how do we get the content out there?
How do I write a blog, Pete?
Yeah, that's right.
What do I need in a blog?
And why I'm talking like that is often we're so confused about what we're actually going to do. We think we know what we're doing. We sit down to do it, and nothing comes out. So we can help with that.
Yeah, we also help with camera training, not just in front of the camera, but behind. So if you want some help, maybe with positioning your phone, if you're doing streams from your phone, and getting your lighting right, we can help you with that too, which leads into the technology consult page.
That's right. Microphones, lighting, bit rates, software. You know, do I need to buy, a
webcam,
camera, blah, blah, blah. We can help you with all of that.
Again, one of the strategies we also deliver is a broadcast strategy. Want your own show and want it to go everywhere. That's what that's about.
It is indeed. Or you can be a guest on one of ours. Now, we have segments available on our shows. Not particularly this one necessarily, but we have Easy Living with Monique Bradley. We have Health Bites, and we've got another exciting show starting tonight later on. It's all sorts of things going on.
So you can be a guest, and the cool thing is we can also work with you on your own show and teach you a way which helps you monetize it. So you basically get paid to be your own host, winning at life.
Awesome.
And also, finally, if you've got a huge amount of knowledge and you want to turn your knowledge into passive income, we need to talk immediately.
Absolutely, because that is what we're doing for several of our clients now. We're right in the middle of that right now.
And it's exciting.
And it's very exciting.
So look, there's so much we can do together. And we really love you guys, and we love you being part of our shows. I'm just checking the news feed finally, just to see if we've got any more questions. No, I think we're all good.
We're all good.
Hey, look, what is one step this week you can take to activate your plan? Is it going to be to think about a bit more consciously about the content you create and share? Maybe is it going to be, how am I going to look at one way to send more people to my website? You've got 8 strategies to consider. What's one step you can take to be more kick-ass by next week?
That is the question.
Yeah, I know what I'm going to do.
Yep.
Hey, look, you can send messages to us, PM us either through the YourFixTV page, or if you're in our social broadcasting group, PM us with your questions. We love hearing from you. Pete, thank you. Tonight's been super fun.
Loved it.
Yep. Thanks for joining us. You guys. We look forward to talking to you soon.
Really cool.
See you next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Lock it in the diary.
Cheers. Find the mouse. Here it is.